Hey, all you podcast listeners, you can find Slice of the Paranormal everywhere podcasts are found, or you can watch us on our YouTube channel.
Hey, hi, hello, and what's up? Slice of the Paranormal in the hizzy. Right?
Pretty much.
And wiggity welcome to another episode.
Wiggity welcome.
You like that one?
I do like that. That's good.
Me, I'm Ryan. I'm not going to add any more extra letters. This is Christy on my left, and on my right, Mr. Steven.
Hello.
Together, we do this podcast where we go look up paranormal stuff, go to places, investigate, check it out, visit pizza places in the local area, review them, try to hit some haunted bars while we're out there. Then we come back here and we talk about all that fun stuff with y'all.
Yeah.
Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Thanks, Cup of Code, for everything you do for us. Appreciate it.
So yeah, we do a little traveling.
Yeah. And right at the top of the episode again, if you are with us again, please take a minute, like, subscribe. It really means a lot to us.
Yeah, we appreciate all you Slice the
yeah.
Paranormal family.
Yeah, definitely. I was thinking maybe we could call them slicers. What do you think of that?
Slicers. What do you think of that?
That
Do you
sounds like
that,
they're
Slicers?
murderers.
Yeah, but
The
they don't-
sliced.
they probably
Next
don't
thing you know,
care.
we're gonna be labeled a gang. You know,
Well-
Slice of the Paranormal and the Slicers.
Ooh,
You know,
I'd go see that band.
We call them our little pepperonis.
pepper. Okay, I like Slicers more than pepperonis. Let's go back to the Slicers.
Yeah. I wanted to bring up something I found out about. Did a little research on this case, and I know, Stephen, you're aware of it. Ryan, I think I even started telling you a little bit about it the other night, about the case of the Raining Man. And it takes place in Pennsylvania.
Not the Rain Man.
Not the Rain Man. Not
It's
the
not
excellent
Dustin
driver.
Hoffman.
Yeah, he's not an excellent driver. His name was Donnie Decker, and it was
This is in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, in Pennsylvania, in Stroudsburg. Stroudsburg, PA, in 1983. So this guy, he was in jail, and he was on furlough for his grandfather's prison.
Okay.
I mean, for his grandfather's funeral. So he's at the funeral, and he's like going through all these like memories, and he's realizing and remembering that grandfather abused him when he was a kid, and he had tried to tell people about it. Nobody would listen. So he had all this unresolved anger about it. So then he goes to his friend's house, which he's staying at for his furlough from prison.
Okay.
And as he's like washing his hands and trying to like splash water on his face, temperature drops in the room, and he feels a drop of water hit his head. He looks around, and he's like, what the heck? Here it had come from like the side and hit his face. So he calls his friends in like, hey, come look at this. They're like, what the hell is that?
Right.
They call the cops. Cops come expecting to see a leak. They can't find any kind of leaks or...
Cops come looking for leaks?
Well, they know this guy's here too on furlough. So they're like...
They need to, okay.
You know what I mean? Well, okay, so it is we should go check this out. Cops can't find any leaks. They actually witness this like water like manifesting out of nowhere and raining on Donnie, and sometimes coming from the side.
Oh my gosh.
Or coming from the ground up. At him.
He goes back to jail, and one night he's in his jail cell, and this has no windows, no, ventilation shafts or anything like that, just concrete. And he starts crying for help, and the guard goes to check on him, and it's raining on him again.
What?
Yeah, from inside the jail cell. The guard is like a no-nonsense guy. I think his name was like Wolbert or something like that. And he can't figure it out. He checks the ceiling, and the water is like raining from just a few inches below the ceiling, but the ceiling's dry.
What?
I know. It gets weirder. So then the lieutenant wants to find out what's going on, calls him into his office, says, make it rain. If he doesn't believe him. Just make it rain. So the guy concentrates hard. A single drop falls on his desk. And then, if I'm recalling the story correctly, his shirt, the lieutenant's shirt under his jacket, just started to get drenching wet.
What?
Yeah, and like the jacket was dry and his skin was dry, but his shirt was all wet. Then Donnie rose up out of his chair, like levitated up and was thrown against the wall. This was witnessed by like the lieutenant, the guard, and the chaplain, the prison chaplain. After like reading Bible verses and stuff like that, they said his face changed, and he had this maniacal laugh at one point. And then there was even scratch marks on his neck and on his face. So this story has a lot of stuff to it, a lot of different things. Now, they do say it's called, was it paratelekinesis? No, recurrent spontaneous psychokinesis.
Oh, I got that.
Yeah, RSPK for short. So
Now the house.
I'm sure there's a drug for it.
I did look it up. The house where it happened, from what I've heard, no longer exists. But while it was raining there, the family was like, "Why don't we get you out of the house?" And guess where they went? They walked around the block to a pizza shop.
No kidding.
So
That's awesome.
we could go to like a pizza shop near where the house was and talk about it. And I think the Monroe County Correctional facility is where he was going. And the guards actually even asked him, they're like, "Oh yeah, you can make it rain on the warden." And he did.
And that pizza shop's still there?
I don't know. Like,
We'd
they
have to
never
check
say
that out,
the
'cause
actual
that would
name of the
be
pizza
the
shop.
truly.
But that case was talked about on Unsolved Mysteries.
Yes, that's right. I did find out about that.
So that's how I got a picture of him. But unfortunately, Donnie Decker is no longer with us. He did pass away. But he was a troubled youth, and he got into some more trouble later on in life.
Oh.
You know?
Stroudsburg.
Yeah.
Oh, Stroudsburg's up past Jim Thorpe, it looks like.
Oh, see, that's not too far away.
Poconos.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it oddly relates because the stories we're talking about today, I'm going to also mention Jim Thorpe.
Beautiful.
So
We'll go to it, Steve.
Yep.
Thanks for dropping that, Christy.
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, let
Running
us
Man.
know out there, any listeners, viewers, if you guys think that's a good idea for an episode.
Yeah,
the
for sure.
Rain
happy to
Man
do.
of Stroudsburg.
Yeah.
Donnie Decker. I love that.
Either way, we got to go eat that pizza place.
Exactly. I agree. I think we should eat
regardless
at
of an
the pizza place.
episode.
So today we're going to talk about the Penns Creek Massacre.
Okay.
We went to Selinsgrove.
Nice light topic.
A nice light topic.
Yeah.
Very easy going.
Right.
You know.
Nothing crazy, just a massacre.
But we're going to start at an island. And not Fantasy Island. We're going to start at the Isle of Q in Selinsgrove.
Selinsgrove. We've been to Isle of Q.
And that's essentially where Penns Creek empties out into the Susquehanna River. Now, we visited the Isle of Q together. And like I said, that's in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. And the massacre actually takes place along its waters. And the group of Native Americans essentially traveled up Penns Creek, and they attacked all the families along Penns Creek on their way. Now, we've been at the mouth of the Penns Creek, and we've also been at its origins, which is at the Swamp Church, is where Penns Creek heads.
way.
And that's up in Center County, I think it is.
Towards the Upstate College.
So, but to talk about why there's the Penns Creek Massacre, I want to bring it back to be like, why are these Native Americans so upset? Sure. What's the root cause of the massacre?
So that's the situation. It was upset Native Americans.
And then it gets to this year of 1755, and this massacre happens. But the massacre, the root cause of the massacre, actually happens many years earlier.
Okay.
And we've actually been to some of the sites.
Nice. Go figure.
The issue is William Penn was actually really good with the Native Americans.
Yeah.
Like even though the king had given him the land of Pennsylvania,
Right.
he was creating treaties with Native tribes to buy the land that he was given by the king. He was then buying it from the Native tribes. Mm-hmm. Okay, and he was doing it fair.
Giving them the money.
He was giving them stuff or money or whatever.
Sure.
But he was doing it proper with treaties and having the natives agree with it. Well, the problem is you get to something called the walking purchase, and this is along the Delaware. Now, we've been to Washington Crossing. This is the Delaware River. We've been to Easton. I mean, New Hope. These are all places along the Delaware. And this 1937 agreement was essentially that north of Philadelphia, near Lehigh Valley, John and Thomas Penn produced a fraudulent deed from 1686, which said the Lenape would sell their land from Wrightstown to the northwest as far as a man could walk in a day and a half. Now, to understand this to a Native American, if you're going to walk, that means you walk so long, you stop, you eat, you smoke a pipe, you walk some more.
Right.
But this is not what the Penns had in mind. They agreed to this day and a half's walk to determine land.
Right.
So the Native Americans, in their mind, when looking at the maps, assumed it'd be about 40 miles, a fair amount of space. Well, what the Penns did was they clear-cut a straight path that they wanted the people to go. So there was essentially the straight path for these guys.
Right.
And then they got the 3 fastest runners to run this.
Run or speed walk?
Run.
Oh, that's not, That's
and
totally
they hired a guy
Yeah.
named Edward Marshall, Solomon Jennings, and James Yates.
Okay.
And these guys took off like a bat out of hell.
I'm sure.
So they're running. And I mean, these guys ran long, they ran hard. 2 of the guys died.
Oh my gosh. 2 of the runners?
2 of the runners died.
On the run?
Yeah, I think one died on the run. I think the other one fell down and he died a few days later.
Oh my gosh.
Edward Marshall is the only one that kept going, and he went the furthest.
How far did he get?
He got to Jim Thorpe
Do you know how many miles
from
it
the
is?
Delaware.
Do you know how many miles it was?
Like 70 miles.
Wow.
Ooh.
He ran 70 miles in a day and a half, and I think he may have stopped to sleep a little bit, but very little bit. So he almost doubles the amount of area the natives thought he was going to get.
Oh my gosh.
Now, this is the ancestral land of the Lenape, which today some people refer to them as the Delaware tribe.
Yeah.
Or the Lenni Lenape. So they essentially lost their entire ancestral lands in the sale. Now, the Iroquois Confederation, which is based out of New York, is essentially, at one time, it's the 5 nations, it's the 6 nations. It's a group of all sorts of native tribes that have, formed a confederation.
All the nations.
Well, they're essentially in charge of the Delaware. The Delaware have been beaten through conquest. So they go, the Delaware tribe or the Lenape go to the Iroquois. They're like, can you stop this? Can you intercede on our behalf? Blah, blah, blah. And the Lenape are told, no. We have these business practices with the British. So now you've lost your land and you have to go along the Susquehanna River. And ultimately, they ship their asses to Sunbury, Pennsylvania.
All right.
Sunbury, Pennsylvania, which is where their tribal leader, who some say his name is Sasunan, others say it's a Lumapes. That's where he has to live. So by the time they get to Sunbury, they're really pissed off.
Sure.
They're not happy.
They're displaced.
They're displaced.
Their whole ancestry.
All like the graves of all their family members are along the Delaware.
Yeah.
And essentially, the Lenape tribe descend into drinking, and they Lumapes, the tribal chief, becomes a giant drunk. So these guys are already being told by the Iroquois, you cannot sell land. You are now women. All you can do is farm.
Women, and the fact that you don't have voting rights.
You don't have
anything.
the right to make war or sell land, which was a male thing that they could do, that males could do, but the women couldn't do that.
Gotcha.
So these guys are already PO'd. All right. Now this the Penns acquired 1,200,932 acres of land. This is the equivalent of the size of Rhode Island almost.
Dang.
So this is a lot of land. The Delaware tried to appeal. It didn't go anywhere. And this Edward Marshall guy, he also got screwed.
How's
They
that?
never pay. The Penn family never pays him.
Oh.
So he got screwed on this deal too. He was supposed to get money and land, and when he finally goes up to him, he's like, "Yo, I'm supposed to get paid. I did this run for you.
Where's that money?"
They offered him like £5.
Where's my money?
So he was living in Tinicum Township, and he moves to Mount Bethel Township near Easton, PA,
Okay.
in 1752. Well, the Native Americans are still mad at this Edward Marshall guy. So his farm is attacked in 1756. His daughter is wounded. His wife is kidnapped and murdered. And he ultimately ends up getting remarried to a girl named Elizabeth Weiser in 1758. And he moves to a place called Marshall's Island to be safe, somewhat safe from the natives because they're all hunting him. And
Where's Marshall's Island?
it's near Tinicum Island, I think, near Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
Cup of Code! Today's episode is brought to you by Cup O Code. Need a website or marketing solution that works as hard as you do? At Cup of Code, they don't just build websites, they create digital solutions that grow your business. From expert web design to targeted marketing, including Facebook, Instagram, Google Ads, and billboards, they've got you covered. Dream, design, develop. Visit cupofcode.com and take your business to the next level.
The one thing I do want to mention before we go on to the Isle of Q is his island, Marshall's Island, is supposedly haunted.
Oh.
Because of all this tragedy, people report seeing glowing ghosts and
right.
phantom figures in the trees.
Nice. Oh, in the trees.
Like the woods.
Oh, I got you.
Not like up in the trees.
Not. Sorry, my brain went up in the trees.
I think I saw that was for sale a couple years ago. I don't know
maybe.
if it was bought, but yeah, because I remember telling Jill about it.
Go buy that guy.
Yeah.
So, so that gives you some prior knowledge. That's why the Isle of Q is interesting to me. And when the Penns Creek Massacre is going to happen, they travel up here, and the Isle of Q, people are constantly wondering, well, what the hell does Q mean?
Right.
Is it the guy from Star Trek?
Yeah.
You know?
Q.
It really
Q,
just
Q.
is the letter Q, though, right?
Well, Q-U-E.
It is Q-U-E?
Q-U-E.
Like standing in a line.
Kind of.
Quayway.
Now, the Isle of Q, if you ask my favorite Indian interpreter, I know we all have one, Conrad Weiser's journal states that in a 1785 journal, he wrote, it was the dead cry was heard everywhere. Q, Q, Q.
Oh.
So essentially, the Isle of Q is the Isle of the Dead.
Yes.
Where they buried the natives buried their people. In fact, some of the earliest settlers on the Isle of Q got tons of Native American artifacts off that island.
Oh my gosh.
So I even have collections of artifacts. I collect a lot of that stuff. And my collections are actually from those old collections. When those guys die, I buy their collections.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Because if I went out there, those 1800s guys, they picked that clean.
Right.
There's not really much.
Island Q is not that huge. And I think local people know, but when you're talking about Selinsgrove, it's like in downtown Selinsgrove, you go a block off the main street and you go across a bridge, and now you're on an island.
And it's only like a mile and a half long.
It doesn't even
It's not
feel
long.
like an
Yeah.
island.
It doesn't. It's almost like a peninsula
Yeah.
in reality. And the interesting thing is, like, we know about, like, Chief Shikellamy, and I mentioned Conrad Weiser.
Yeah.
Well, did I ever tell you about the dream those guys had together?
Maybe. Let's do it again now.
Okay. One day, Conrad Weiser and Chief Shikellamy are sitting on the Isle of Q, and Chief Shikellamy looks at
Sounds like a
Conrad
bad setup for a
Weiser
joke or
and
something.
says, I had a dream. And Conrad Weiser is like, all right, what was your dream? He's like, well, I dreamt you gave me that rifle. And in that moment, Conrad Weiser knows that Native Americans believe that their dreams are foretelling the future.
Right.
So he almost has to give them this rifle. So he's like, well, here you go. Here's the rifle.
If you dreamed it, I guess it's going to happen.
And then Conrad Weiser, to get even, was like, I had a dream as well.
Yeah.
And Shikellamy like, what'd you dream? He's like, I dreamt you gave me this island.
Oh.
And supposedly, Shikellamy honors that and gives him the island. And at the end of it, Shikellamy says, let's make a point not to dream of again together.
No, you didn't tell me that story.
So,
That's good.
I love that story. I mean, I don't think it really happened, but a lot of people try to say that that's how the whites got ownership of this land.
Okay.
Now, the island is also very interesting in the fact that the Susquehanna, I've mentioned before, like when we did the William Goodrich episode, that when the concept of the Underground Railroad is because when fleeing runaway slaves hit the Susquehanna, they seem to disappear because there was such a good network of people that were hiding them, and they could follow the river to get north. Safely. And this island was supposedly utilized by runaway slaves. So when we did the other episode on the governor's mansion, when we did the haunted bar crawl,
yes,
remember how they had the tunnel that went to the water?
Yeah.
The tunnel was so that escaped slaves could go through the tunnel, leave the house, and then just cross that little bit of water and get to the Isle of Q.
Right.
So there's also that ghost lore of like red lanterns being seen along the Susquehanna River, which is connected to the runaway slaves at the site. So you're dealing with an island that not only has Native American graves, has all this crazy lore, it's connected to the Civil War,
right,
and it's got this freaking massacre that's going to happen in 1755. Now, the Penns Creek Massacre happens on October 16th. So it's kind of cold, whatever, in 1755, and 25 families along the Penns Creek area were attacked by the Lenape Indians. 14 people were killed, 11 were captured, and if you remember the walking purchase, they felt like they were being robbed again when the Iroquois sold the land in the Susquehanna Valley the year before in 1754. So they had lost their land in the walking purchase.
Right.
Then they
had to walk halfway across the state.
We're getting rid of this Susquehanna Valley land, so that's adding salt to the wound.
Yeah.
So
double down. Yeah.
This is why the Native Americans are so upset, and why the Lenape, unlike the Iroquois who are connected to the British, the Lenape don't feel like they own the British anything. And that's why they connect with the French and the French and Indian War, a.k.a. this is one of the things that starts that. So they kill a bunch of people on this. I mean, this guy, Leroy, is found at Leroy Spring. He's got he was set on fire when the other whites find
They just
him.
picked a night and they're like, it's happening. Or did something manifest that day?
I don't know what
They probably
started
dreamt it.
Whatever.
Dreamt it,
I don't know
or
what.
had a couple extra drinks and somebody's like, we're doing it.
Yeah.
Pretty much. When they found Leroy, he had 2 tomahawks in his head.
Oh.
And his body was burned. And it was the
waste of a good
massacre.
tomahawk.
Because of this massacre, it led to Benjamin Franklin convincing the Quaker governor to give up this concept of pacifism and start building forts and start building militias. So,
for protection,
Fort Augusta is a direct result of the Penns Creek Massacre.
Interesting.
And the fact that we start having forts all along Pennsylvania is all due to Ben Franklin pushing that because of this massacre.
Fort Augusta's in Sunbury, right?
Fort Augusta's in Sunbury. In fact, if the British wouldn't have built that fort, it's said that the French came to build a fort right there, and they saw
Just a
they
vantage
were at the
point.
top of the Blue Hill, and they look over and they see that the British are already building the fort.
Oh,
But had the French beat them, I mean, who knows?
things could have worked out
It
differently.
could have been a completely different story.
How many people died in the massacre? Did you say?
Yes, I did
12?
say 14 people
14.
died.
14.
11 people were captured, and several of those captured actually did gain their freedom years later, like 3 years later.
Okay.
So there's even one of the people even kept a diary during her time
Oh, wow.
that she was with the natives. So the troubles in Pennsylvania would continue forward after this massacre until the Treaty of Easton in 1758. Now, during the massacre, the Native Americans, think of how cruel this would be. While they're doing the massacre, they killed a couple people, they stop at this other place, they're with a family, and they're smoking a peace pipe, or a pipe. They're smoking tobacco. And they looked at them, and they said, "We are Allegheny Indians. You are our enemies. You all must die."
Ooh.
So, like, some pretty cold ass shit to say.
That's
to
awesome.
them, you know,
You're going to die.
you're gonna die. Now, the ghost, the Leroy Spring, which is near New Berlin, is where Jacob Leroy was burned and found
picture
dead
this.
with 2 tomahawks stuck in his head. Supposedly, apparitions, mutilated apparitions, have been seen near the spring. And there's said to be poltergeist activity near the homes. And this is one of the stories that Beverly Conrad, who you guys have met, has talked about.
Right.
And then I've also, in this area, they've also talked about like there's a black dog ghost that's seen in Snyder County along the mountains.
Yeah.
There's a weird imp-like creature that's also seen in this area. So, like,
When you say imp-like, what do you mean?
Like an imp.
like a troll,
You know, imp, like a troll.
kind of like a little
Impish.
troll.
It's kind of like an imp.
And people also still claim to hear screams of the victims of these people that were massacred.
Were kids killed and women too? Or
Kids were killed.
Yeah.
In fact, these tragedies, didn't just happen here. They happened all over the
Oh,
state.
yeah.
Yeah.
During this. So there's a lot of places, like we went to the Bloody Spring Road.
Oh, yeah. And
That was the site of
yeah.
another Native American massacre. And that also has lore.
We did some EVP work up there, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah.
And we haven't done an episode on that place yet
No.
because we really didn't get much
extra stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
from that, other than hanging out in the middle of the woods.
Middle of the field. Yeah.
But it's interesting that a lot of these massacre sites that we talk about also supposedly that tragedy springs lore.
Right.
Because think about it.
Or
Like,
continued lore. Yeah.
we did an entire episode on Hawk Mountain. And the epicenter of that story is a
Is
Native
another
American massacre.
Yeah.
And this is all the same time period, 1750s, when this is
Yeah.
happening.
They had just been, they had it up to here.
They had
were
it up to
fed
here.
up.
They lost their land in the walking purchase. The Delaware tribe now is separate from the Iroquois. They've reclaimed themselves as their own nation.
Okay.
So
Well, yeah, after they screwed them over, right? They're like, hey, we'll just be our own thing again.
Yeah, I mean, they did screw him over. But I mean, I'm very I'm a huge fan of Chief Shikellamy because he was this Indian chief of peace, and as long as he was alive until 1748, there was no bloodshed. So, like, between the 1730s, when the walking purchase happens, to 1748, he was able to ride that line between a tribe that was very upset, and he was the leader of that tribe. And I sent you pictures of Chief Shikellamy.
Who's the big statue?
The statue is Chief Shikellamy. And that's at Conrad Weiser's homestead in Womelsdorf, Pennsylvania.
That's cool.
And the reason I send that is because, like, you guys know that I'm related to Conrad Weiser.
Right.
My ancestors actually lived at that site at Womelsdorf.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Elizabeth Klinger was married to
Steve's ancestors.
Oh, yeah. Good
to
call.
Conrad Weiser's grandson. and lived in his home at the at Hummelsdorf. So
That's pretty cool.
It's an interesting topic for me. But then, like, if you look about this area, we have so much weird lore. We have the Bloody Spring in Sunbury, like our mountain, our Blue Hill, where the French were overlooking that fort that was built because of this massacre. The profile is supposedly said to be Chief Shikellamy, you know.
This picture does not do it justice. I think we've all, being local, we've seen that profile.
Yeah. If you want to see the profile of Shikellamy, by all means,
There's
come
even a
in the
lookout,
fall.
right? There's even a lookout on Front Street in Sunbury.
On Front Street in Sunbury. And here's the creepy thing. When you're driving Front Street, you know you drive over his grave.
Oh.
Like, Chief Shikellamy is towards the north end of town, and there's a stone monument that was put there in, I think, 1912.
Okay.
And it's because they dug him up, and they knew that it was Chief Shikellamy because he was in a casket, and they found his necklace.
Beads.
Okay.
Yeah.
They found a King George medal and a lot of grave goods with him that showed that he was who he was.
Right. Yeah.
And then after they found him, I guess, I mean, we don't even know what they did with his body. We assume that he was just buried there.
So we don't know if he's actually there anymore.
We don't. All we know is that there's asphalt over his grave. And a later descendant was very upset with Sunbury at the time. They were like, yo, you erected a monument to my ancestor and you didn't even invite me. And this guy was like 115 years old or something like that.
Oh.
You know, this real old guy, but he was like a direct descendant
Oh, wow.
of the Shikellamy family. And he's like, you should have had me come. I think his name was like Jesse.
Yeah.
I think his name was like
I know. It sounds so Native American,
Right.
doesn't it?
Jesse Lemmy.
Yeah, the Native American Bob.
Yeah.
You know, but they're
Seamus.
Seamus. Now, I mean, there's actually a movie which I've never seen and I really want to see. It's called Alone Yet Not Alone, and that is based off of two of the girls. It tells the story of Barbara and Regina Lenninger, and they were both taken captive on this Penns Creek Massacre. So you can watch the movie. There's even a book by the same name to find out what their journeys were with the Native Americans, knowing that their relatives were killed at their homesteads. But when you walk along the Penns Creek, I mean, you boat it, don't you? Do canoe?
Oh, yeah.
You canoe that.
I kayak all the time on
Kayak.
Penns Creek. Yeah, it's one of my favorite creeks to kayak
So,
on.
like, if you ever see any Native American artifacts, like net weights or arrowheads, it could literally be from the massacre.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Like, they were using this as a way to travel. And if you think about, like, families of that time period, 1700s, you lived and died by having a water supply.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's
a
your
lot of the
life
homes
source.
were very close to that. You know,
Makes
If
sense.
they weren't directly along Penns Creek, they were along one of the tributaries feeding it. And so that's why it would have been a great way for Native Americans to find homes.
Right, just follow the
freaking
water.
So,
Sure.
have you ever had any weird experiences on that creek?
I don't know. Maybe,
Probably never looked for it.
yeah, not so much like paranormal, like ghosts and stuff, but we've had weird things happen, like
Okay.
fish jumping up and hitting my brother in the head, like, and just seeing a whole
Nice.
bunch of animals on one trip, like unusually high amount of wildlife on one trip, and it just seemed strange. And just kind of funny things like watching a guy fall backwards on his four-wheeler down the hill. That was kind of funny, but not he didn't get hurt. Everybody, don't get mad at me. He did not get hurt. He was obviously too drunk to realize he was in trouble, so his body was all limp, and he just rolled with it.
Flopping around.
Yeah, loosey goosey. Actually picked his four-wheeler up and tried to ride it back up the hill.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
So now when you go kayaking, like, are you going to be a little bit more like
Looking for
Heck
stuff.
yeah.
looking for things?
Yeah.
I mean, this Penns Creek Massacre, people didn't move back to these areas for many years. Like you had land.
It was like,
yeah, like
don't go there.
this is where people died, you know? We're not going to go there. I mean, and then we have to go down to, what is it, Fulton Theater, where the Conestoga Massacre happened, because in Lancaster, because that was where the jail was, where the family, Chief Shikellamy family, were actually living in the jail to protect themselves from the whites who were upset about the massacres happening in Pennsylvania.
Just for protection?
And then the whites broke into the jail and they mutilated and massacred all of Chief Shikellamy relatives.
Oh my gosh.
So like when his son, James Logan, who had traveled all over the state after his father had died, he ultimately ends up in like Ohio. James Logan was invited to a treaty out in Ohio, and he's like, I'm not going to go.
Yeah.
You know, because when that Conestoga Massacre happened, you know what he did? He grabbed a freaking hatchet and he started like, I'm going to kill white guys. And he fully glutted his vengeance and killed a ton of white people.
Can't say I'd do much different.
And he, underneath an elm tree, he explained why he couldn't go with Logan's Lament. And he talks about that.
Oh, wait, I don't have it. I thought I did.
He
no, I got nothing.
has glutted. He was a friend of the whites, and people would make fun of him. And you know what did it gain him? He lost every ounce of familial blood.
Yeah, plus his
on the earth.
Yeah,
for that, for him and his father to be so ingrained and trusting of the whites.
And then didn't his own nephew end up killing him or something like that?
His own nephew did kill him.
Yeah.
Essentially, Logan ultimately becomes a drunk, and his nickname is Logan the Mingo, and he becomes
the Mingo.
Logan the Mingo.
Does Mingo have a? What is Mingo?
It's a tribe of people.
Oh, okay.
And he essentially beats his wife one day in a drunken rage, and then his nephew finds him at a campfire, and depending on the story that you hear, he sneaks up behind him and kills him. Because if you kill someone, you gain their power.
Yep.
And Logan, even drunk, was feared. This guy was known as strong and tough, and just, you know, he'd kick his ass if he would have been facing him.
So he had no choice but to take him by surprise.
Essentially. And the guy Jesse, though, when I talked about the guy that was like, you know, you guys erected a monument and didn't even invite me, he's actually a descendant of the man that killed Logan.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
not a lot in the gene pool back then. So
Exactly,
you
because
know,
most of the family
yeah.
had died.
Right.
Now, Logan, when he says that all my family is gone, it's not like there's still pockets,
Sure.
a few people in the family that are still around. But
But the ones he liked were gone.
the ones he liked were
All the
gone.
good ones.
Well, I mean, in Sunbury, not only was Chief Shikellamy buried there, but like we'll never know where his wife is buried, his daughters.
Yeah.
Like in the winter of 1748, he lost a lot of family there. So like a lot of the Native American bodies you find in Sunbury could have been his relatives.
Makes sense.
But I mean,
how they kind of conveniently leave that part out in school. Like our school district is Shikellamy School District. That's the name of our high school, but they kind of just never really. They kind of just gloss over like how he died, where he's buried, all that stuff. It was never really addressed. It was like you can see his profile on the mountain, and he was a great leader, and wanted
and that's true.
wanted peace. But that was it.
I have no problem with somebody calling themselves Chief
I don't
Shikellamy,
either.
but the students aren't braves,
Yeah.
because braves are warriors and like fighters. Chief Shikellamy was a chief of peace.
Oh yeah, good point.
So like, yeah, I think they should be like the peacekeepers.
Look at Steve splitting hairs here.
Like I think like you're talking about like, oh, they're braves, and I know it seems tough,
Yeah.
But I think what Chief Shikellamy did was so much more noble, so much cooler by keeping bloodshed from the state of Pennsylvania for many years.
So you think it should be the Shikellamy peace pipes?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Well, I mean, it's got a bad rep anyway. You know?
Yeah.
It's not a really great name
Pipes.
for a football team.
Pipes.
Like, you can't really make peace on a football team.
Oh, no,
you know?
there's bad football team names anyway.
I mean, you beat him with a peace pipe or something.
I did see one school's mascot was a tree. It's like a pine tree.
Pine tree?
That's
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah. I forget.
Go
I think it was like in
trees.
Ohio or something.
Was that Nori's like thing? Like,
Pine otters.
Oh, the Pine
no.
Otters.
The
yeah,
Pine
but no,
Otters.
this was like a guy. They actually had a person in a tree costume that would go around to the games and stuff.
That's
and that
fuck-
was their mascot.
that's messed up.
Let us know if you guys know what school that is.
Well, here's a question. Do you
Yeah.
guys know what, before it was Shikellamy,
yeah.
do you know what their
Smoking.
mascot was?
Sunbury.
An owl.
You are correct.
Whoa.
It was an owl. So that's even less cool.
No, I like owls. I mean, they're dumb.
I mean,
but,
they're dumb?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. It's funny. They get the reputation of being so smart, but
Wise
they're
owl.
actually very dumb because all their brain capacity goes to their vision. So actually, a very small amount of their brain is
Oh my
like
gosh.
they're kind of dumb, but they can see very well.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. Like, the Penns Creek Massacre has its own lore, but we've already talked about this whole place, this area, being part of the Demon's Den, Otts and Oxen, and
Right.
all that. So, like, this place has a very dark aura about it. And I think a lot of it's due to the Native Americans losing their tribal lands and
Yeah,
living
I
there and
mean-
being so upset. And then
It's
you
going
have
over
these-
decades, and families and land changing hands, and then the addition of water just charging everything along.
yeah.
It's going to happen. You would think.
I mean, pretty much, because the Susquehanna, like the North Branch, goes all the way up to New York State,
Right.
and starts at Cooperstown, New York, and like to get to the Iroquois tribal lands or Onondaga, where Chief Shikellamy would meet with the Six Nations to talk about what to do with the Lenapes. Like they went on that river and they traveled that to get to the council meetings.
Nice.
Onondaga?
Cooperstown.
On a
that's where
doggy.
I own a doggy. Do you?
I do not.
Okay. Cooperstown is where the National Baseball Hall of Fame
It
is.
is.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about all I know because I'm not a baseball fan.
That's all I got.
I thought you had 2 dogs.
I have 3 dogs.
3 dogs.
I got 3 dogs.
Me and my wife have a dog. Each have 2 dogs, and my mother-in-law has a dog as well. So we have 3 dogs and 2 cats, and a partridge in a pear tree.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
And a Steven in a pear tree.
yeah, right. So
I like the light on the side of the hat there, Steve. I just want
Oh,
our
yeah,
viewers
yeah,
to see
yeah.
this
There's a-
very nice little headlight on
there,
the side.
it was working. There you go.
There you go. Look at
yeah, I have a light over there
that. It's beautiful.
for ghost hunting. I don't want to
Looking
trip.
for bones and parks and stuff.
Listen, I'm not that guy in Ephrata. I'm not looking for bones. We're not going to Mount Moriah Cemetery, guys. Quit trying to make me.
Just saying, the internet says owls are actually extremely smart hunters, highly efficient,
Oh,
specialized, not brainy like parrots, but they don't solve puzzles, but that doesn't mean they're dumb. The dumb owl stereotype mostly comes from their wide-eyed stare and the fact that they rely more on instincts, sensory than problem-solving tricks.
now when I think of
So
smart
it
birds,
depends on how you
look at it.
look at like dumbness. Yeah, because I was thinking more like how crows are smart.
Crows and
You know.
ravens
Oh, I
are
got you.
notorious
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they will use tools.
Right.
That's
You
right.
know.
And I
Crows are
was thinking
crazy
owls are
smart.
just like specifically hunters. Like they're everything about their brain is fine tuned to hunting, and vision is a huge part of that.
I'm glad you brought up crows because I want to train a murder of crows.
Oh, my
I just want
brother's
to train
doing
one
that.
crow, man.
I want to train a whole bunch to.
I mean, that's a good.
to attack my enemies. You know.
Yeah, my brother's currently doing that. He's got a crow call, and he's trying to make friends with the crows in his backyard. And when we
I
go
love that.
kayaking,
You can do
he'll-
it.
When we go kayaking, he'll actually bring it along, and he'll do it, and we'll get crows to follow us along our trip.
Yeah,
It's
I've heard
cool.
they're super smart.
It's like super specific too. It's like 7 quick ones for, hey guys, there's food here, and then like 8 short burst with a long one at the end or whatever for like, hey guys, get out of here. Like it's
Oh my gosh.
super specific.
I think that's genius.
It's so neat.
I want to get to it to a point where crows, like we could be at like a graveyard, and I could call in the crows
Yeah.
to be with me
It
for when we film.
Come to me, my
Yeah.
jungle friends.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
I saw a guy on TikTok who has trained crows to attack a certain color hat.
I did see that. In fact, the fear is now like in a decade, people aren't going to be able to wear that color hat. Like it'll just be
Crows everywhere will be attacking.
Was it red?
It was,
Because all the old ladies, the red bonnet club.
the red bonnet club, like it'll attack them.
Yeah,
They're
screwed.
Red hat ladies.
Yeah.
And the thing is, crows not only remember this, they teach it to other crows.
Yes.
Like if a crow hates you,
Yep.
he'll tell another crow, "Hey, you gotta hate that girl."
Yeah.
Yep, because usually
hate
there's a
it.
reward involved, and they're
Very
like
clicky.
yeah. So
crows.
Yeah.
Crows up.
that's right.
Anything else from?
No. Well, I mean,
Isle of
I
Cute,
could talk
which
about that forever,
It's
but
now called Isle of Death to me.
the Isle of Death
forever.
and the Penns Creek Massacre. Yeah, like I think anywhere along that path, you could go to Mifflinburg and see like the Leroy signs and different signs on the massacre. I mean, hell, there's even on routes 11 and 15. I think it's 15 that goes up to Lewisburg. If you get to Winfield, there's a
I've seen that.
gravestone at there.
I know what you're talking
That is a gravestone for another guy that died in a massacre.
Oh wow,
So like, they're all over the place.
local lore.
Yeah, and you'll
Local-
probably pass some Amish buggies on your way too if you're going up in that
might.
area.
You might.
You might.
Isle of Death.
Thanks again, Cup of Code.
There you go.
And again, if you guys are still with us, please take a moment, go up ahead and like and subscribe. It means a lot. Really appreciate it.
Who likes pizza? I do.
Who
Villa
wants
Teresa.
a mustache ride?
Yeah, you knew it. Villa Teresa is where we went for this episode in Selinsgrove. Villa Teresa. Where was this one? Oh, I know where it's at.
Market
Yeah.
Street,
Yep,
right?
right downtown. Steven, 3.5 out of 5. Your review, very good. Super thin. Awesome flavor. Admittedly, is the pizza of my youth, is what you said. What does that mean?
Well, I mean, when I used to live with my ex out in Freeburg, so Freeburg didn't have a pizza place. So whenever we ordered pizza, we'd order from Villa Teresa.
Oh, Villa Teresa. Very
So-
cool.
That was in the mall at the time.
No,
not,
the
it's
one.
not the same one.
Yeah, not the same one.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. Oh, that one was the mall. You're right. So no, I'm totally wrong.
Oh, okay.
You are right. It's
Yeah.
the Villa Teresa at the plaza, not
I
on
think
Market
they're
Street.
connected,
That
right?
used to be the one
It
in the
used
mall.
to be the one in the mall. So for me, that was the pizza
Yeah.
I ate when I'd go to like Spaceport.
the movies.
Movies.
Villa Teresa on that
Playing
end of
hide
the mall?
and seek in
Susquehanna Valley Mall?
Boscov.
It used to be at the near.
There was another
what
pizza
was
place
it?
on the other end.
Not J.C. Penney's. It was Sears.
Sears. There's another pizza place. down
is
there.
where Villa Teresa was.
Yeah, I
And
don't
then-
remember the other
Yeah.
pizza place. There wasn't when we were little. It wasn't until later that there was another pizza shop, and
Yeah.
it was similar.
But the
I don't
one we're
think it
talking
was-
about, Villa Teresa, was the one that was closer to where
The movies,
Spaceport was, the
Spaceport,
movies.
yep.
What would to be
The
today?
booth seats.
They'd be the ones that would be
Joann's.
giving out free slices all the time.
Yeah,
And they had
or
the
Cut the
samples.
pizza into like the littlest slice.
Yeah.
And then just hand them out as you walk down the mall.
They also had a bunch of
Sometimes.
pizzas already made.
Yeah.
And you could see them through the
Get the
glass
slice.
and pick buy it by the slice. A lot of people, I don't remember ever buying a whole pizza there.
No,
as
you
a
just
youth.
get a slice.
You know, I did during COVID. 'Cause
Really?
They were one of the places that were trying to stay open. Obviously, they're in a mall. They're not doing
Yeah.
too well. So I was one of the places I definitely supported right away from. Because it's
They
like
had
that
to-
big New York style thin.
Yeah, I think I gave it such a good score was because it reminded me of like
Yeah.
eating pizza when I was a kid.
That's the first place I was introduced to hoagie pizza. You know, like
Oh, I
the
didn't
hoagie
even- I
toppings
didn't
on a
know
pizza.
that.
Delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But we are talking about Villa Teresa in Selinsgrove. I know it's confusing right now, but Villa Teresa in Selinsgrove, that is still there.
And it's not Market Street of Selinsgrove. It's on the essentially strip across from the skating rink.
Yeah.
So,
In the plaza.
More
the
towards
plaza.
Hummel's Wharf.
Yeah.
Towards
Yeah,
Thomas
it's
Wharf.
like
That's where I got
Dollar
confused.
General's
Dollar
in there.
General, the Chinese
now we're
buffet.
talking. Okay.
Yes.
Now it's ringing a bell here.
Yes.
Christy gave it a 2.75.
Wah, wah.
I would have thought it would have been a higher score because I normally do like this pizza. But today it was a 2.75. Too thin, and I thought it was bland. Did not taste like I remembered it normally tasting. So that's crazy.
Oh, yeah, maybe just an off day for the cook.
Or maybe you, in your mind, you had built it up so much being
Right.
from your youth.
No, because I had actually had it not too long ago.
Oh, okay.
Like in its new location, and I thought it was just fine. Like I had nothing to complain about. So I
Apparently,
don't know, just that day,
could be.
it was either I wasn't feeling it or I don't know.
I think that was our third pizza, too, for the day.
It might have been. And if it was super thin,
You never know.
that can make a big difference because it can be too thin. You know what I mean? It's just like eating cheese and grease.
Sounds good.
Grease.
Steve, you in?
I'm all about
You
it.
ready to get some
Yeah.
cheese and grease after this?
Yeah, we're all about the cheese and grease.
You got me hungry now. I also gave it a 2.75 out of 5. So lower score for me.
275.
275. But still above half there. Thin crust, my kind of pizza, but this one was off. Sauce may have been too thick. Cheese was good. Crust was crispy and good. So it sounds like the sauce ratio maybe not the best day for them. And I think Steve gave it a 3.5, but I wonder if a lot of that you gave it extra because it was
nostalgia.
nostalgia for you. And plus you, love all pizza like I do.
Yeah, I mean, there's been pizza I didn't like, but
I would like to see what your lowest score is ever.
I think it's the barn.
I'm going to be
275?
Was it? Yeah, well,
2.5?
we can look on the website
Ah,
because
the barn's
the
gotta be
first 50
lower.
episodes are on there if anybody's curious.
Oh,
We can-
nice. You can see all the reviews from
you
the
can see
first
all-
50 on our website.
And then once you get to 75, I'll update it again.
There you go.
I don't know. I'm still dreaming of pizza oven.
Pizza.
Yeah, that was good.
It's one of my favorites. So, I mean, hey, off day, but Villa Teresa, like I said, we've been there a million times, and we usually do like the pizza, so don't count them out.
Yeah.
Still decent score, still above half, so
Yeah, give
Yeah,
them another
yeah.
chance.
not bad stuff.
For sure.
Anything else from this area? Isle of Death?
No,
Pizza of Death.
the Isle of Death and the Pizza of Death is it. Man.
I like it. Well, that's all we got.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, and join us next time you crave a slice of the paranormal.